Hi, this is Hot Chocolate with Paul. I'm sitting in the parking lot of Stoneridge Plaza in Greece. And it's actually kind of shocking to see how empty this plaza is. I guess it's just a sign of the times of how things are changing, where storefronts are disappearing and everything seems to be going to delivery services like Amazon. Just looking at this plaza, that whole south end seems to be missing things. There used to be a bank down there. I believe that's the Lucia's down there. The next one in, these are all blank. And there's Techniques Hair Studio, Alpha Omega, Andy's Candies, which I remember at one time that's where Video Store was in the early 1980s. What was it called? A video theater, I believe. I had my first home video membership there. There's Rock City Furniture. There's the Western New York Dental Group. This is where Toys R Us used to be back in the 1990s. And boy, I loved that place when it came to looking for things for kids. Absolutely fantastic place. I was really sad to see it go away. Red Eye Smoke Shop. There's a couple more empty storefronts. Dollar Tree. Asian Buffet. Down there's an H&R Block. Soho Bagel Cafe. And then a wine and liquor store way down there. But before the wine and liquor store on the left of that. Sorry, I think the wind noise was eating away at the microphone. That last empty store that I pointed out, I think that used to be Old Country Buffet. Back in the 1990s, we used to take our kids there all the time, and they loved that place. I think they'd hate it now. Shopping malls are not what they used to be. This is Greece Ridge Mall, and behind me is what used to be Longridge Mall. And what used to be Greece Town Mall is over there. That was the first of the two malls. And then sometime in the 1990s, they built this section in the middle, combining the two malls. Anyone who was around in those days would remember it. Woo, it's windy out. Let's go inside. Of course, we got the carousel here in the food court area. Most of it's not open yet as I record this because it's early in the day. That's the section that's in the center that connects the old two malls. Yay for Santa Claus. All decked out for Christmas. Walking through more of the center section of the mall. This part seems to be pretty filled up with stores. I'm now walking into what used to be the west entrance for Greecetown Mall. And this is where we seem to start seeing more empty storefronts. Probably more so the further we get in. I believe Greecetown Mall was built in 1969, if I'm not mistaken. This used to be the hustling and bustling area, but now it's the quieter area. If you remember the waterfall or whatever it was, that used to stretch up to there. And now down here it's a children's play area. They even added this section here. This was not originally part of the mall. There was a store here. And then they pushed this back, and that's where the movie theater is. And over there's a place called City Trends. I remember when it was a children's play area that you had to pay for admission. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm sure my kids would remember what it is. The movie theater that was here is gone, and now I see that another place has taken over the space and the facilities. Apple Cinemas says it's coming soon. And just nearby, it looks like they're setting up a storefront so that they can interview new employees for the movie theater, Apple Cinemas. If anybody's looking for a job, check it out. And here we are down in the easternmost wing of Greece Ridge Mall, the section that used to be Greecetown Mall. You've got lens crafters here. I remember when Winkin' and Blinkin' toy store, Winkin', Blinkin' and Non-Toy Store used to be in this area. Here's the DMV. I've had some waits in here that weren't too bad, but still I've always wondered why they don't put restroom facilities in there. Here's entrance number 2 on the east side. I actually remember back in 1969 when Greasetown Mall opened up, there used to be a Wegmans at this location. Pretty cool. That's looking inside, whatever they're doing now. I don't even know what they're doing. Circuit City used to be here. Just outside those doors is where the entrance was. And there's BTB, which used to be Bathtub Billy, further down on Westridge Road. Stacey and I have done quite a bit of karaoke in here with Michael Neal. Good DJ. Good karaoke DJ. Passing through the intersection here again into what, in my memory, was the primary part of Greasetown Mall. It now seems to be one of the quietest parts of Grease Ridge Mall. I like all the photos they have up above. I remember a lot of the stores that used to be here. Looks like they now have a Burlington store, which is where Bed Bath & Beyond used to be. Opposite of that we have a Marshall's, and you can see there's a lot of people doing their morning walks through here. Here's an ad for the Apple Cinemas that's coming in. Looks like they're going to have some really cool seats. I like that. I might even fall asleep there. We've got all these little spots for smaller business here. I never see anybody. I don't know how it's working out for them. This area looks kind of nice with the lamps. There's a Red Robin restaurant there. And it used to be that this wall wasn't here. It extended further down. And that's where Sibley's was. And the north entrance to Greasetown Mall. Today, they have another entrance that goes off to the right here. Back down the north end of the mall and back to where the intersection is before going to the movie theater, we have a timeout zone. Who remembers the timeout zone that used to be in Longridge Mall? Going back through the center section again, I see they have this fun house where kids can go and play. Looks like, what do they have in here? Let's see. It looks like a lot of fun for kids. Passing by Santa Claus in the food court again. We head over into the west side of Grease Ridge Mall. Spencer Gifts is still here. Always fun stuff, funny stuff. Haha. And I believe this is the spot where the record store used to be. In the old days of Longridge Mall, there used to be a McCurdy's at the north end. We are walking through what used to be part of McCurdy's, and now it is part of the center section connecting Greasetown Mall and Longridge Mall. Oh, the pretzel place is gone. I always like those pretzels. Oh well. McCurdy's became Penny's, and then Penny's became Macy's because Penny's moved elsewhere in the mall. And who remembers the crazy artwork that used to be on display here in Longridge Mall? When I was at the WGMC back in the days, we used to do live remote broadcasts from right here. And now we're walking into the Longridge Mall section of Grease Ridge Mall. There's Old Navy. At one time, they even had bowling lanes there. They broadcast bowling for dollars from there. There's an empty storefront, Gold Star Jewelry. Another empty storefront. Auntie Annie's Pretzels, that's good to know. This is where the big ball at Longridge Mall used to be. There's a Christmas display there now. Looks like they got the tracks for train ride for kids. And the candy store used to be over in that corner. And over on this side, oh, that explains where Burlington went. You saw Burlington earlier in the video, and it used to be here, and now it is not. And that's where JCPenney's ended up at one point. Down in the west section, entrance 6, if you go to Grease Ridge Mall today. I remember the kids' play area that used to be here. And that's where the Timeout Arcade used to be. And here is Jim's restaurant at the mall. Another view of where the kids' play area used to be. Continuing what used to be the south section of Longridge Mall. We've got some empty storefronts over here, or at least temporary stores taking up space. And down at the far end is where Sears used to be. More spots where artwork used to be. There's Dick's Sporting Goods over there. That's where Woolworths was at one time. Barnes & Noble bookstore. Nice to see bookstores can still stay in business. Sogo Sushi and Hibachi. Haven't eaten there, but I like hibachi restaurants. It's pretty empty over here. Again, another spot where there used to be some crazy artwork. Sears is gone. Payless Shoe Stores is gone, but the sign is still there. Another empty store. I don't remember what that used to be. Okay, so back the other way again. So I have to admit there's not as many empty storefronts in Grease Ridge Mall as I thought there would be, which I hope is a good sign for this particular mall, knowing that other malls around the country are shutting down. Certainly in the Rochester area, the Windyquake Mall is long gone, and Marketplace Mall isn't what it used to be. So back in the center where Santa Claus is, looking at the back side of it, we come up to JCPenney's. I keep worrying that with Penny's locations closing around the country that this one's going to close too, but so far it seems to be hanging in there. I like it because there's very few places where I can find clothes that are my size, and JCPenney's is one of them. I'm outside of Grease Ridge Mall, and I just learned that what was Sears is now a self-storage place. I'm pretty impressed. I have to say it's pretty gratifying to know that Grease Ridge Mall seems to be doing pretty good. There's not as many empty spaces as I thought there would be. But now let's head over to where I think a lot of today's business is going. This is where all the storefronts seem to be going, ending up in this gigantic Amazon facility, which is located where the old Kodak Elm Grove plant used to be on Manitou Road. The way I picture it, instead of lots of cars filling up parking lots at shopping malls, we now have Amazon trucks driving all over the place. This place is huge. The Federal Express facility 2 doors down pales in size by comparison. That's all for Hot Chocolate with Paul for today. Have a good day.